what's up, you guys? Cali Green Too Fresh here, FagoLovers.net, and I have a very, 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 very special treat for y'all today. So I had the opportunity to sit down with the one and only D-Loc of Kottonmouth Kings and talk about pretty much anything and everything you may want to know concerning D-Loc and Kottonmouth Kings, past and present. So, tiny disclaimer, the intro somehow of the file got corrupt. I don't understand it, but we lost the intro. Other than that, everything else has been salvaged. It's a dope-ass interview. Hope y'all enjoy it. I'd like to take a moment to dedicate the interview to our fallen brother, Adam Heath, from the Kottonmouth Army. This one's for you, brother. Hope to see you up in Shangri-La. Rest in peace, Adam Heath. This right here, FagoLovers.net exclusive. D-Loc of Kottonmouth Kings. All right, we had some technical difficulties, but we're back.
Sorry.
So
yeah,
you met Saint. He was coming to your basketball games.
Going to my basketball games. We met Brad X through a mutual basketball coach. We were going up to Hollywood on the weekends with the coach, and it said he was still friends with his old player Brad, who now was a promoter. We ended up going to some clubs as 18, 19-year-olds, 21 and over clubs. We were going to underage, drinking, rapping to all the people and the drunk people in the club, and going to Brad X's punk rock shows, getting familiar with the nightlife from Orange County to LA, and seeing the hustle of promoting and people doing shows and checking punk rock bands out and just kind of that whole scene, and started talking to Brad, and he was like impressed with me and Saints rapping, and we were rapping all. He was like, rap for her, rap for him. We were rapping all these people. So he's like, we're gonna have an after party. You guys can come over to my apartment. I'm gonna take all these people to the club. We're gonna take it to my apartment 2:00 in the morning, and you guys are gonna rap over beats. So we just fill up Brad's apartment, me and Saint, and we just rap over beats after hours or something. And we started doing that, and it started to get serious. One thing led to another. Like we ended up making a demo tape, and we ended up getting a record a deal in 1998. We got signed by Hollywood. Not Hollywood. We got signed by Capitol Records, and so from 96. I played college basketball in 96. From 96, 97, and 98, I kind of was right out of basketball into the music scene, grinding.
Right.
Seeing other people successful out of it. Me and Saint were like, bro, we got this. And we ended up getting we had the demo tape, and Richter was around at the time. Richter was my neighbor, and we actually recorded the demo tape. Richter was on some of the songs, and at some of the time we went back and we wanted to be like the Beastie Boys. I'm like, I got my friend he lives 5 houses down. Let's just get him on it. We can be 3 of us and shit. We're like, all right. So we all kind of, me and Saint wrote the first few songs, and then we wrote some more songs, and Richter got involved a little bit. This is all during the time we were going to LA to clubs, coming back a little bit, saying what's up to my pops, writing, hanging out, back at home, couldn't go up there anymore, just partied out, go back home for a while, you know what I mean, at mom's house, and then kind of regroup, and we were writing, and then we recorded some of the songs, and then we ended up going back to LA, and Richter went with us, and me and Saint, we actually moved into Brad's house, and his roommate Rob Harris actually passed away, and he had an open bedroom, so we ended up moving in that bedroom, and Brad's like, how about you guys finish writing the record, and we'll try to get a record deal, you know what I mean? And so we took 18 songs up there. Richter was there for like a week or something, then went back home, So he just couldn't do it no more, and ended up going back home for some other reasons, for something. And me and Saint rewrote the demos, kind of rewrote them, restructured them, recorded them, and shipped them off to record labels. And we sent those. We made the demo, and we had our tape, our cassette tape, and we put the stickers on it. Like had the blank tape, and we got stickers, and like put the sticker. Okay, perfect, fits over the two holes, and we write Kottonmouth PTB. Boom, and started putting them on the tapes and writing them and stick them in these little packages like little mail slots, and putting a picture and sending them out to record deals. And yeah, we got some interest by Interscope. We got interest by Capitol, Epitaph. There was nice. Warner Brothers, Disney. They all knew about Kottonmouth Kings. We started doing shows around L.A., Orange County. We had quite a little buzz going on, and we had quite a little buzz going on. We were so young, rapping, just going crazy. It was like new to people. You know what I mean? Me and Saint were up there doing it, and Richter is up there sometimes. Went back home, and then and yeah, we were doing it, and we ended up getting a record deal. Me, Saint, and Brad X got a call by the Beastie Boys, the guy who signed the Beastie Boys. His name was Gary Gersh. He was a president of Capitol Records. The Beastie Boys just came out with Intergalactic Planetary. They're kind of getting out of the their end of their career. And you had me and Saint with bleached blonde hair, blue eyes, spike chains, 19 years old, 20 years old, wife beaters, Dickies, Vans, high side. It was like, damn. It was like they never seen nothing like that coming out of the suburbs. It was like,
right.
You know what I mean? It was like, it was new to everybody, and we just had this don't give a fuck attitude. We don't give a fuck. We got instruments. We don't give a fuck how good we rap, but we got cool songs. We know that, right. and we're doing with attitude and what and so we ended up getting signed by the guy who signed the Beastie Boys. He called us over, Gary Gersh.
Which is interesting because, like, essentially what you guys did was take, like, Beastie Boys' two styles and mix them because they were punk rockers before they were rapping. So you literally, like, you took both of their styles and mashed them together, and that's fresh.
That's what we did. And we took that to Gary Gersh's office. Me, Daddy X, and Saint went to Capitol Records, gave him our tape. And he put it in his cassette tape, and we went in the big room, and me and Saint literally rapped the songs right in front of his face. Suburb life, ain't what it seems. He's just going all crazy, and he was like, "Wow, these kids are crazy. They're not even sitting down. Like these fools are running around my office, like jumping off the tables." And we literally caused a ruckus around this guy, and he ended up signing it. He like stopped the song. He's like, "Yeah, I want to sign you guys. We're gonna make a video. We're going to put you guys on MTV. We're going to get you in every suburban neighborhood in America, put you in every suburbs. Our first record is going to go gold. We're going to blow you up." And that's literally what he told us. You know what I mean? And he was like, it was cool because he signed the Beastie Boys. You know, we're on Capitol Records, like Beatles, Beastie Boys, and we're 20 years old. We're just like, so and it worked. And then he ended up like resigning from Capitol, and then they bring in a new staff, and things didn't always work out the same for Kottonmouth Kings after the new staff came in for Capitol. They had a new president came in at the time and didn't really see the vision that Gary Gersh had with Kottonmouth Kings and what he was trying to do with the label or something at the time. So yeah, so we had our own label, Suburban Noise. We started just building it. Daddy X and Kevin Zinger built the label. We were just repping it hard and touring the country and just living on the road and making a huge buzz,
So when was the first time you met Zinger?
90. Is it the 90s? And me and we would go to. I met him through an old surf. I met him through a surfer, Chris O'Keefe. He was surfing for SRH at the time, and we met. We were friends with Chris. Met him in the nightclub scene in L.A., hanging out with Daddy X. This dude coming from Malibu, hanging out at the nightclubs that knew Daddy X, introduced me to SRH through that scene. And later on, like, smoked weed. He was a cool dude. And going to the beach with him. He lived in Malibu. He lived at his parents' house in a mansion. And we used to go over there and he's a ripping surfer. He was all in videos, VHS tapes, getting barreled at the time. Like he was like kind of a little underground star to us. He was like fucking surf star.
Right.
He was in videos, slashing. We're like, fuck, he's ripping, bro. Like we're at his house chilling. Like we were doing music. He was a surfer. He was introducing us to the surf side, fucking West Side surf scene in Cali. We were at Malibu. We were hitting the coast, kind of introduced ourselves in the party scene, you know. And we I met him. He's like, yeah, let's check out. Let's go to SRH. This is my sponsor. I'm all really nice. It's in San Diego. Let's go there and fucking party. So we went out there one weekend and met Zinger as a kid. Some of those young pictures of Zinger that you see him posting is that's when we met him. And Zinger was promoting nightclubs at the time and doing stuff for other bands and throwing gigs for like Offspring and other cool bands, and had SRH's was doing the club scene, and they had clothes, and they had a little underground thing going on, surfing, skating, you know, a little shop. They had a shop called Ball. Zinger had a little surf shop. Taxman used to work at it. You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah. So and they just started going over there, and got introduced to the SRH, to Zinger and stuff like that, and actually introduced Zinger to our music and stuff like that. I think Brad might have knew Zinger at the time, but I don't think they've ever officially met Brad and Zinger. I think I met Zinger first. I'm pretty sure I did. Went to his house party, spent the night, and then, you know, fuck, we were just wearing SRH at the time and just building the brand. Zinger was like, I think, got into managing us at that time in there with Brad and stuff like that, and we just started to build it like Sub Noise, SRH, from really hardcore from there on.
Right.
Like after 98, from like 98, we started building SRH pretty hard. 98, I'd say.
What are some memories you have from like that first tour?
Dude, we had a tour bus before we even had a record out. I was like, damn, they're giving us a tour bus, and I think we went on tour with Goldfinger, an old punk band. I
know Goldfinger. That's what's up.
And I was diving, and I got shot figures of me, stage diving, and me and Saint were just on a tour bus for the first time. It was me, Saint, Brad X, and like Bobby, Lou, Pakalika. I don't know if Dog Boy was on the tour or not. We had a couple people, like a tour manager and Hopper or something like that. And I don't know. It was like, I don't know if even who else was on the tour actually. But I know, yeah, we started with punk band Goldfinger, and we just started to create a buzz for ourselves. But we just seemed like we never got off the road from there on. Like, man. It just, as a kid, it seemed like we never left the road. I was like, damn, like, you know, we got apartments for the first time. We started getting some money, touring, and me and Saint bought apartments in Redondo Beach, California. We moved across the street from each other. Like, I bought one right here. He bought one right across the street. We were both on the top floor. These little, like, 8 complex apartments, like, right by the beach and a couple miles from the beach. And we were living right there right after our first record came out. And we were all over MTV. We were all over K-Rock. We were all over. You're all over. Hold on. Dude, get off me. It's the producer calling. Damn, Dad. Shout to Damn, Dad. You just called me. I hung up on you. Sorry, dude. Sorry. So yeah, me and Saint bought apartments too, and I was we were all over MTV, we were all over the K-Rock, Power 106. We were blowing up. I remember I bought a car my first time. Saint bought a car. He bought his dad a car. We had money. We got an advance.
What'd you buy? What'd you buy?
I bought an older car. I bought a Jeep, an old school Jeep, dude, Wrangler, dude, fucking like 4-wheel drive style. Go in there. Sorry.
That's the kind of stuff you buy though when you first, you know, you get that first check. It's like, all right, what do I always want, like car wise? You know what I mean? What's obtainable? Buy
and see this thing on the side of the street. Here, baby. And see this thing on the side of the street. And anyways, so I actually seen a car on the side of the road one day and drove by it. I had money. I'm like, I want that Jeep. That like sick. It had rims on it. It was all lifted. 4-wheel drive. And so I just kind of I bought it right there on the spot and ended up buying that gold Cadillac that you see in the lottery video.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I bought that like the same day or that year or something. I bought like 2 used cars and furnished my apartment and saved a bunch of money and just like was buying bongs and skateboards and just, I don't know. I was a kid, dude. I shouldn't have bought houses though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
back then, like, I ended up buying my first house in 2004, and wasn't shortly after we got a record deal. We got a record deal in '98, so
Yeah.
first few years, 5 years, are pounds and skateboards, and I was renting out. I used to rent out like the go-kart track at Camelot. I'd rent out the whole track for all my friends. I was throwing away money. We were making money. Or all over the TV, or at the time and shit. It was pretty exciting. We got an advance. It got real for us. We were kids. Also, we're like, it got real. I remember leaving in my car and hearing myself on K-Rock and tripping out, going, damn, like I just heard Sublime, and now I'm hearing Dog's Life. I'm like, this is nuts. And she's like, what am I doing to myself? Driving, going, fucking turn it up. Like, this is me, you guys. I'm like, this is my song or whatever.
Right.
Like, it was intense, dude. Like, it was like, I was like, damn, we did it. We're on the radio. It was like driving down the street, hearing myself, like all about no one in the car but me. And Saint was across the street, and we had money. And I'm like, damn, like we're doing it. We are doing it, and we kept writing songs and touring hard, and we were coming home with, like, and just like
one of the most interesting songs to me on the whole first album, I would have to say, is what is that? Where the song with Big Hoss, where he's over the phone.
Yeah, crazy. I remember we were in the studio. Saint had that song written, and we were in the studio. I think we went to Can-Am Studios at the time, and we went in a couple different studios, recorded some stuff in the house, went to some other studios, and literally, I think they had the idea of, like, Saint already had the idea in his head, and we went in the studio, and they literally just did it right there on the spot. Like, Saint, I'm just gonna rap the parts or something, then these parts I'm gonna put in a phone voice or something like that, or he rapped like some lines and then was quiet, and then went in again and was quiet, and then the quiet times he was like rapping the phone parts in his head. He would rap the in between lines, and then went back and filled in the blanks, and we were like, yeah, that's a crazy song, and it came out really, really cool, because we were in the studio for the first time, experimenting like the soundboard and echoes and recording ourselves, our voices, and
Right.
making music in a chorus and spreading it out and doing all this crazy stuff. We were it was all new to us at the time, so we were literally having a really good time writing those records. Really good time.
So at some
We
point,
recorded Royal Highness like 4 times.
oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, like VH, and once over here, once over there. We recorded Bump probably 6 times, different beats, and yeah, we kept we got a record deal that went to a good studio and recorded them all again, and like rewrote them, and like we were just we were just knee deep, just learning everything for the first time.
So
exciting time.
At some point though, Saint decided to leave, and what do we know what happened there? Or?
Saint didn't decide to leave. He didn't decide to leave. Saint was always kind of a crazy partier.
Right.
Got on the road, and he was always crazy. And that first tour, I guess, from what I remember, me and Saint got into a couple times, and I know Daddy X and Saint always had this weird vibe. They always had a weird vibe, like a crazy, like weird vibe, different than me and Daddy X's vibe. It was different, him and Saint's vibe. And Saint was a strong leader, very strong leader, and backed it up. And Saint could light a whole spot up. Like, Saint could, he could say, I remember on tour, we'd go in a room and he would light the whole crowd up, but then he would start rapping in a slur. Rapping like Saint, and he starts slurring his rap, and I'm like, bro, he's doing shit. In my head, I was like his sidekick, like learning how to rap. He taught me how to like rap and write a song and put the beat right here, and this is where the chorus goes.
That had to be interesting for you because you were like a natural leader, so like kind of taking the sidekick you know, and learning from someone, it only makes you a better person. But that has to be like an interesting like feeling, knowing that you're like that leader material, but to be like, hey, you got this more than I do, so teach me, you know?
It was it was and being on a team and playing sports in high school, in college, taught me a lot about being a team player and working and winning
Right.
and setting goals and working with other people and having a play and da da da. Like it's so that was natural for me to just get in my position. It was natural.
Right.
Play your role, get in your position, and just ball fools up on your end. Handle your shit, I'll handle my shit, and together we gonna be balling these fools up. And actually, Saint was actually good at basketball too. I got Saint a tryout at my junior college basketball team, Golden West. Saint came down and ran a couple scrimmages with me and the 7-footers, the 6'8s, balling hard. Saint knew I can ball. I used to ball Saint up. He used to dunk. Saint 360. Saint used to be able to dunk. He glad like on a 10-foot, like really nice. Saint had a nice game. But I used to get out there and just dribble and shake right on the roll. That was my steez. I'd come outside and I'd shake you up and just go around you and say and pull up and shoot or spin. And I was always kind of a primetime player, a highlight player. I always could show up when I needed to.
Right.
Yeah. I was, you put the mic in my hand and get me in front of some people. It's like, damn, am I dribbling the ball up the court again or in front of all these people? Or is it, because like rapping is like kind of like, now I'm like, I was the point guard going, okay, you over there, you over there. I was directing a whole team of people, 7-footers. And yeah, so he actually, he used to ball really good, play basketball really good. And one of Saint's good friends, we actually have a song on him in Dog's Life. There's this lyric in it that goes, he look, used to be broke. Something about G-Mac. Started, used to hang with D-Loc, didn't want to be broke. Start writing rhymes and slanging weed smoke and something like that. And he's talking about, and I think right around there, something like that, he talks about G-Mac. And there's a lyric in Dog's Life called G-Mac. And if you listen to Dog's Life closely, you want to say his parts, he goes, let's roll back to the retract, take it back to Denver, like G-Mac and face facts and relapse. And if you listen to that part right there, he says G-Mac in it. And that was Saint's friend up in Riverside. Homie used to ball his ass off. He would actually jump from the free throw line and dunk. Like Michael Jordan. Crazy. He highest I've ever seen jump. Underground. Just boom. I'm like, damn, like, he would take off and his foot would be right on the line. He would just launch, and just, you know, I'm like, whoa, bro. Like,
dang, that's crazy.
So Saint used to be able to ball really good. Used to ball with him a lot. And they used to go down to my high school games and watch me ball. George's like, damn, Dustin's good, bro. Like, let's go down to his game, drive 45 minutes from Riverside down to P-Town. Let's go watch Dustin ball Friday nights and pack out that varsity gym. Be packed out, you know, and he hit all the girls. And it was like that. And so Saint actually had a lot of skills when it came to basketball and got a trial with the team at Golden West. And so me falling back on the mic was a natural position for me. And Saint taught me a lot in music and taught me everything, pretty much everything I know when it comes to writing music and understanding it on some level in the beginning years.
So how was that transition going from Saint Dog into Richter? Because that's quite a change, you know, like they're two totally different styles lyrically. And I mean, Richter was there in the beginning, but he kind of dipped, and then, you know, you went ahead and brought him back in. So how was that transition?
And Saint was we kind of partied a lot on the first tour, and I remember when for Brad X, I don't think really wanted him in the band much longer. Be honest with you, and I think wanted Saint out of the band at some level, and ended up like getting Saint out of the band. I remember we were like signing the papers, getting him out of the band, like legally getting him out. And I didn't know if I agreed on it or not back then. I was so young, smoking so much, and didn't even know like what was going on at the time. Brad X was 12 years older, and I think he kind of led the way on that one, I think. And next thing you know, Saint left the band, and what happened was a bunch of other people came in. Then you notice I'm like, damn, it was D-Loc and Saint, and then it was like High Society came out, our next record.
Mm-hmm.
Who are all these people on the cover? D-Loc's holding a weed tray. What the fuck? There's like, is there 11 people in the picture? Like, for real, that's what it was. And I guess this is a good time for me to talk about the whole who's going to be on the new record situation, because that was, and it turned into a whole new phase of Kottonmouth Kings. And it was like, it was D-Loc and Saint. And then it was, wow, there's Corporate Avenger, there's Taxman, there's Dog Boy, this other guy, there's this other dude, and all of a sudden there's Punk, this other guy, there's all these, this next phase of the band started happening right away. So the first phase was the D-Loc and Saint kind of phase, and Dog's Life, wrote the whole record. You listen to Royal Highness, it's just me and Saint's voice pretty much 99% of the record.
Mm-hmm.
Then, damn, Saint's gone. What? He's out. Like, holy shit! Like, he wrote 98% of that record. Saint wrote every song. I didn't write shit except some of my parts. I didn't write shit. Saint wrote all my lyrics. Most on that first record. Me and him wrote them together. He didn't write them. Don't get me wrong. We would write them. We would write them, and he would like. And I'd be like, nah, let's change it. Because we would sit there. He was such a fast writer. It would take. I was just figuring out structure and patterns. I was all new to me. Saint already knew choruses, chorus, verse, 16 bar. This, bring this back. Saint knew the whole. Before I met Saint, Saint was rapping gospel raps, gangster raps about the Lord. He was rapping with some black dude at his church about Jesus Christ, banging with the God. That's what I do. I'm Saint Dog from the Jesus crew. Boom, 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 when I wear blue. I don't bang, bang. I thought you knew. It was Saint Dog, baby, coming through. He was always like, he already knew gangster raps, but he was rapping about God when I met him. He already knew rhyming. And he was like, oh, this is some punk rock shit. Look at Daddy X is doing punk rock. He started getting into punk rock more time. Me and him started getting into punk rock together. We grew up on Snoop Dogg and Too Short and Beastie Boys and Run DMC and LL Cool J and Above the Law. And a lot of gangster rap we grew up on. Like, our whole catalog was gangster rap. It was all cassettes. You go up to G-Mac's house, George, the homies, his whole bedroom was full of gangster rap set, just tapes. And my cousin Elo, his whole shit was gangster rap. So me and Saint, our older peers, that's all they did was listen to gangster rap. So that's what we started doing. And Saint was already rapping about it. Second record came on, I'm like, what am I going to do without Saint? He wrote that record. I was like, damn, he was the main. I was like, damn, I got my hands filled. You know what I did? I bought a karaoke machine. I've been on MTV all over the world. Then I said, damn, I'm going to write the second record on a karaoke machine. And we wrote the first record in major studios. Here goes the second record. I'm going to write it on a karaoke machine. So I bought one at Radio Shack. One speaker, one mic, one echo. Give me the beat, 2 tape decks, beat, blank.
Damn.
A beat. You know what I mean? That's it. So play the beat, push play at the same time. Then you got the mic. Then it's going to go over. Then you can take this one and hear it. So Brad X started feeding me beats. I was like, damn, I gotta do something about writing this record. We got to follow up this record. How the fuck am I going to do this? This is not my strong suit. This ain't my strong suit right now. I'm a beginner at this.
Right.
At this sport called music right now. So I was like, I was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? I'm about to get knee deep in this. And so Braddock started giving me beats, and I was like, I need another. We need to get Richter. We need to go back and get Richter, and me and him need to write together. We need to kind of write a record. And that whole second record, High Society. I mean, I was writing songs like fucking everything. I wrote on that 4-track. I was in my living room in my apartment. That means Saint bought off the record deal. Saint moved out. I was still there, and with my 4-track and beats. And I was like learning how to DJ at the time. Put my DJ right in my kitchen. I started DJing. Shaky Bone started coming to life. So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna see myself in this music shit like 100 times. I'm go all in right now because it is all or nothing. And so I had that mentality of basketball, winning, starter, leader. I said, oh, here it comes. Right. Naturally, I started Peace Not Greed, Daydream and Phases, Good as Gold. A lot of those songs on that record, like you saw, like, damn, those are all my songs. I was like, okay, I started writing all these songs. I was like, okay, it's going to be a little different than Dog's Life because I'm not Saint. It's going to come out a little different. So it's going to start moving a little different. The rhythms, the songs, they start Daydream and Phases. Time goes by. That's what happens when you start to get a more kind of just up tempo. You know, Peace Not Greed. If the world smoked weed, I guarantee to be peace not greed. You see, I started naturally. I was more uppity.
Energetic, yeah.
He was really, he was always drinking and laid back, and I was more like just more aggressive type of attitude. Like not really aggressive, but I was more like just on top of things. And so things started changing. Richter came in again after he left. Richter came back. And we started. Then we wrote some songs. You know, we wrote. Richter come over my apartment. We sucked nitrous tanks, and Richter always had me on some bad shit. Richter always had me smoking cigarettes. He got me smoking. He didn't really get me smoking, but he was always smoking around me. Richter was always pretty off the chain when it came to partying at a young age. Him and Saint both were, and I was more laid back compared to those two. And just smoked a lot of weed, you know, and started sucking nitrous with Richter, right? And we started, and so Richter would come over, we started, 9/11 happened. Boom, the shit. We wrote Positive Vibes.
Wow.
We wrote Positive Vibes on my steps on the apartment, right on my front door. We started writing songs, feeding off each other. Me and Richter started writing King's Blend. We started just smoking weed, sitting around each other all day long. Just like Daz and Krupp did in the early days of Dog Pound. Just like them. We smoke weed, drink beer all day long, and do drugs. Smoke nitrous. And suck nitrous and pop pills.
Right.
So we
Rockstar.
I had money and shit. I had food. I had everything. From the first record touring, I was just sitting there knee deep in writing records with Richter and smoking and partying and writing and fucking just. And then we started developing a little bit, and then that whole phase came. Richter, Jog Boy, Taxman, Corporate Avenger, fucking other people. So that phase started going on we took that act out for a while. That was the main shit. Those voices. Then we started, well, who's that? That's Corporate Avenger on the record. Okay, that's Dog Boy. That's Jack from TSOL. That's Kona Gold.
You started building the team around you. Started pushing the movement, the brand.
Daddy X started putting all these players around me.
There you go.
He started putting he's like, you're going to be the point guard. Just like you. Brad X used to come and watch me play basketball. Brad X would drive all the way down from L.A. just to watch me play basketball in college. He was a big basketball fan, probably still is, Daddy X. He would come all the way down from L.A. on a Friday, bring a girl with him, and just to watch my Friday night basketball game, and then he would leave back. That's how much he was into basketball, not so much he was into watching me play. I used to ball, dog. I used to be able to dunk. I was no joke, bro. I ran with the best of them and played on the best teams and all city teams. MVP of the NBA, you know what I'm saying? The MVP of the NBA, Boston Celtics, when they won the championship, who was the MVP at the time, one of these players, anyway, I forgot his name, shooting a blank. He CIF, like, we be in the same division, the same team, the same rankings. Paul Pierce.
There you go. Okay.
Paul Pierce, MVP of the NBA, Boston Celtics champion. Me and him played on the same CIF category, wavelength, Miller, Eldorado, Paul Pierce, Inglewood. Like, these are the category I was in. I can show you magazines. I got numerous clips that I've saved over the years. I was in heavy competition. I was in the suburbs. I used to go play in L.A., Dominguez. I was getting in with the inner city and playing on traveling teams. And the Orange Express was the team I played on. So anyways, I got into and Brad started building a player. He would come and watch me play basketball. Like, yeah, he's a natural born leader. He's a star. He was 10 years older than me, probably thinking that. Like, look at this kid. He's running these 7-footers. Look at this little skinny white boy.
Right.
Man skilled. Look at this little skinny dude just not giving a fuck out there, just dribbling like man skills. Like, homie, no, over there. Nah, play two. Now, hold up. Shake some fool out. Like, nah. He just real calm with the ball and he can handle the situation. And homie, there be fools like, hawking you up, 7-footers trying to get at you, 18 years old. Most people get scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Most people get scared when you got a 22-year-old, 6'11" dude, 250 pounds. Come here, and you're going at your face. Like, you get the ball and don't know what. Like, I was really in control and had a lot of skills to back it up. And Brad X loved to come watch me play.
So it makes sense that he would build the team up around you. Like the same.
Spud Webb, watch that shit bounce, run under it, and just fucking dunk that motherfucker like you wouldn't believe, bro. 5'10". Senior year, 5'11", just like crazy. You go, blah, be like smallest guy in the court, just doing crazy stuff. And Richter used to come to all my games too. And Richter actually used to film my games with a video camera, film all my summer blind games. And Richter and Saint were big D-Loc basketball fans, to say the least. Big. That's how P-Town Ballers got made. BTB from basketball. I started writing on my basketballs, and TTT. That means Tickle to Twine and PTB and NBA, nothing but net. These are all the sayings that came from me writing them on my basketball. And P-Town Ballers was me playing basketball in Placentia. That's what that stands for. Placentia Town Ballers. And I was a basketball player. Ricky didn't play these sports. You know what I mean? And Saint came down, started playing with me. So that's how that started. We all took it on and ran with it. So so there was a phase of that the whole phase of the band, all these other phases. And then we came to travel that whole act around. First it was me, Sane, Dog Slide, fucking, that whole vibe. Then it was High Society vibe with all these other members. And then there was all these other voices on the record. And then there was, we ran with that for a while. And then we, Apocalypse had passed away, 2000 it actually came into the band. Before
he actually passed away, though, I remember you guys brought D-Ball into the band. I remember, like, the hype on that.
Dirtball. Brad X brought Dirtball into the band. It wasn't me and Richard's decision. We didn't know anything. I didn't know really anything about it.
Oh, wow.
They had a whole wreck. There was, like, all these songs written that I wasn't on. I'm like, wait. Hold on a minute. The first two records, Royal Highness, D-Loc, fucking Saint, stars. High Society next record, D-Loc, star. Fucking, then there's, this record with Dirtball came in and D-Loc's maybe even on fucking 30% of the songs. Wait a minute. Are those Kottonmouth songs? Hold on, D-Loc's on a song. How could that be a Kottonmouth? How can we label that Kottonmouth Kings without D-Loc? Hold on. Like, then there's this whole phase of D-Loc not really. Then Brad X started building the records around Dirtball's voice, giving him all the parts because he was a good writer. But that wasn't the point. He started to change the sound because Brad X was always worried about Johnny Richter partying too much, and he couldn't count on him to write records, and he didn't think he could write good records anymore. And he thought me and Richter were done, and we were just on the same wavelength. and we couldn't write records anymore. So we started thinking, damn, I need to be able to write these records. So we brought Dirtball into the band. Started having Dirtball manifest around Daddy X more, and they started molding the Kottonmouth Kings into a new sound after we toured High Society Act, all those other people for a while, and they all bounced. And then this other guy came in. There's like, oh shit, all those motherfuckers left. And now there's another guy in there we don't even know about who raps crazy fast. It's not even the same wavelength as what was going on before. It's like, over here, their music used to be like this. Now there's crazy. It's wow, it's changing. So Brad X started changing the sound again. The first record, Brad brought all these people, Brad X, punk rockers, just started changing our sound from Dog's Life and all these songs. We started doing all this punk rock. And we had one song on our first record, Spies, that me and Saint wrote, inspired by Humble God for a punk rock song. And the Spies are all around me, Spies, every county Spies are, and then the next record came out, we had all these punk rock songs, all these fucking punk rock people, all these older dudes who were like, fuck. That was going on for a while. Then Dirtball came in and all the punk rock started kind of dipping a little bit out of the way. We started getting into like fucking techno type rap and fucking dubstep rapping, and it was getting popular. We started getting all like this. Brad X started molding these records around Dirtball, and we were like, okay, to me, I was like, I always liked Dirtball. He was cool. Me and him spent so much time together. Shout out to Dirtball. We did so much shit together, and we don't talk as much as we used to, or probably would like to, but who knows? Me and Dirtball kind of finished the phase of Kottonmouth Kings together. We saw Brad X ripping us off.
Right.
We were like, oh, we gotta stop this shit. So, anyways, that was 2016. So, fast forward, Dirtball came into the band 2008.
That had to been like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, so we were all at MTV. We had it wrapped up. We had doing the best. We were underground. We were doing it, bro. We was on top of the underground. We were the We Smoking band. We were that band. We were drawing tickets. Right. We were selling that. We was a We Smoking fucking underground band representing weed, and everybody knew it around the nation. MTV, we had mainstream playing, we had underground strength. We had mainstream respect, and we had underground respect. We had all that shit, and we were doing it. There was no other band like Kottonmouth represent marijuana. You know what I'm saying? It said we took that on, and so we Dirtball came in, and we started changing the sound a little bit, and then D-Loc, there's like songs I'm not even on those records. I'm like, but you're labeling a Kottonmouth Kings, I'm not on it. I'm like, how's that happen? Like, so there's this phase of the band, and I'm like, okay, well, blah blah. So kept doing what I'm doing. We recorded some solo records. Johnny Richter left the band. Right. Johnny Richter left the band 2000 and I don't know what time that was, but he left the band around sometime and wrote that record, Laughing. His first solo project I wrote, Made for Kings. He wrote Laughing. We went out and wrote our first solo records.
See, that was 2010. I got it right here.
2010. Yeah. First time we went on and we started venturing out writing more solo music and just doing songs real quick. I like whatever. So doing that on our own, and Richter left the band. I don't think Brad X think he could write records anymore. They was partying. Brad X thought Richter was gonna.
So before he actually left the band, though, we had the situation where Brad started pointing the fingers at Zinger, because I remember that happened, and then I think it was a couple months after that whenever Richter had left. So where did that all come from? Like, from out of the blue? Like, do you, like, to your best recollection?
It was kind of out of the blue. Brad X had a partnership with both those people. Brad X he had a partnership with me in the band. He had a partnership with Kevin Zinger with the record label, and everything was going great at the time.
I remember, like, you guys had just dropped Mile High before all this was popping.
There was that chapter. We dropped Mile High and changed the sound. It was Dirtball, and I was on some of the songs and videos. They was doing music videos without me, and then Richter left the band. So now Rick ain't even in the band. So, but it was still okay. Ricker's not even in the band, and then now it's Dirtball. So it's still Kottonmouth, everybody. It's always been. There was still Kottonmouth when Saint left, when they had all those other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's always been numerous phases of the band. If you understand what I'm saying, this phase, that phase, this phase.
Right.
Okay. So everybody following me. I hope so. It's pretty black and white. And so, so everything's going good. And Braddock's like, we're getting ripped off, and Zinger's stealing millions of dollars from us, and he's stealing millions of dollars from the band. And Braddock's was feeding us information we knew nothing about. No, we didn't know any information. He was coming over saying Zinger's stealing from us, but and saying free the kings, free the kings, free the kings. We're going to do this whole movement called Free the Kings. We're like, all right, whatever it's going to be. Like, we were just like, whatever. Like, Brad X was ringleading and everything. He was coming over to books and shit, just go, we're getting ripped off. We were just like, fuck, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, then Richter left. Fuck, Richter's like, I'm out of here. Like, everybody's confused. Richter left. Out of here. I'm confused. You ripping me off? No, fuck. Bobby B left. No, you're ripping me off. Brad X is ripping you off, Bobby B. And Pakalika passed away. Rest in peace, Pakalika.
R.I.P.
All these things were happening. Brad X started coming up with this thing that Zinger was ripping everybody off. And that's how that started happening. Then we started going on tour with just me, Brad X, and Dirtball.
Right.
No one, no Bobby B. No Pakalika, no drummer. It was, Bobby B was on some of it. And then we got a new DJ, Eddie Ruxpin, came in. Bobby left. Brad X ripping me off, or Kevin's ripping me off, or the fucking drama just broke out from there.
Right.
So now there's just phase of fucking Richter's out, Bobby's out, Lou's out, fucking D-Loc, Dirtball, Eddie Ruxpin, DJ, and Brad X. So now there's another phase of the band. So it's like the fourth or fifth phase we're at now of different members and people. This voice is out. This voice is in. So we're at that phase now. And then we toured that for a while. It got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I started noticing Brad acting real shady. Dirtball started noticing Brad acting real shady. I don't think Brad was probably in the right place mentally. In my state, he had a lot going on at the time with shit. And first time I ever seen Brad X do some drugs. You know what I mean? Was that time? You know what I'm saying? On the road, he did some cocaine or something.
Wow. And I remember like hearing like he was always kind of like.
So anti-drug. Johnny Richter's it's Johnny Richter's that. He's doing drugs and Johnny Richter. But Brad X was popping so many fucking pills, it was insane. Crazy. He was getting it from Patrick. Patrick was the guy producing our records at the time, engineer. Brad X moved that dude up to Tehachapi, out by Brad X's house. He moved that dude up to Tehachapi in a little cabin. I think he paid his rent, $500 a month. This little cabin in the hills. There goes them doing pills together, writing songs, making records, doing crazy shit. And that's when I started falling down. When Richter left, Bobby left. It was me, Dirtball, and Daddy X, and it was getting weird. And we were noticing weird things, me and Dirtball, and then we're like, fuck, here we are. And then it's 2016 or something like that. It comes rolling around, and we're like, fuck, like, I'm like, dude, this is not working for me. Me and Brad X weren't talking. I'm trying to come up with an agreement between us so we can be on some type of clarity on what we're doing as how we're running our business, and like how people are getting how the people on paper are getting confiscated correctly. So we can plan our lives, So this wasn't just a crapshoot. Like, we're gonna go out do a show, but no one knows what's going on, and we're just gonna fucking. What's the routine on everything? Like, what's the routine, and how's it gonna? When is it this happen, and when does that happen? We need some clarity. We got lives.
Chaotic.
we need to know how the business is. And Brad X, I think, was pretty much running the business into the ground. I think at that point.
So
Lost me.
So yeah, 2016. So you guys, you and Dirtball, you see the shadiness going on, and was it basically like a mutual agreement to step away?
We toured Alaska. It was the last time we went to Alaska, and I seen Brad X doing shady shit, and Dirtball did too, and we were talking about the hotel room together. Dirtball's like, I ain't no dummy, bro. I was like, he's ripping us off fucking blind, bro. Dirtball's like, I'm intelligent, bro. I went to DT. I'm a Nordic skier. I'm a sharp. He's Dirtball sharp. He's smart. He's deep. A lot of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Dirtball got deep knowledge, and he's like, bro, I'm not dumb, bro. That fool's ripping us off. I said, I know too. But I'm dumb. Like, I know that. Like, that's 100%. That's facts. Right. And so it was like, you know what? We got to like Corona, California. And it was like doing a show at M16's.
M16, I miss that place.
We did our last show there, 2016. And me and Brad X were seeing eye to eye together. You know what I'm saying? At that time. And I was like, we definitely, you know, as partners on paper, the people who own the Kottonmouth Kings, these two people who own it, like, we weren't communicating at the time. And everybody was gone out of the band. Richter wasn't, you know, on any type of Kottonmouth, like, contracts. Bobby B was out. Lou was out. Everybody was out. It was just, it was like, what are you going to do with the band? And it was like, free the kid. And I was like, you know what? Like, if me and you don't come, if me and you don't have a conversation, Brad, and we can't come see eye to eye with what the future of the band's going and how the business is being operated, like, I can't work with you anymore on this level. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to just, and I made a decision in 2016 to grow weed. And I started growing weed full time, paying my bills. So the music wasn't paying me. I wasn't touring. Nobody was making money. We weren't touring. The band was broke. It wasn't generating no money, zero money. We doing nothing for years. We were getting our royalties from the royalty company, like Capitol Records, but that whole time Brad X was stealing our royalties because he had owned the catalog at the time. He had owned the Suburban Noise catalog from the lawsuit he got over Kevin Zing, and Brad X took that catalog. He was supposed to pay out the artists who were entitled to what their royalties are for writing those songs on that 18 album catalog that he owned. Right. Artists were entitled to royalties for those songs. Brad X never paid us out on that catalog that he owned for 4 or 5 years. He owned that catalog, didn't pay out any of the artists on it. Took all the royalties. Everybody's, mine, Richter's, probably Dirtballs, everybody's. Kuma guys, the beat makers. And then he sold that catalog. He didn't pay, he took it from everybody, stole everybody, didn't pay anybody out. Didn't operate the catalog correctly, run the business of owning the catalog. This is how the catalog operates. This is on paperwork how it operates. These are This is a plan for owning this catalog. This is how it operates. He didn't operate it correctly.
So during that time, though, you had actually reconnected with Saint, and you guys decided to make an album together. Like, how did that come to be? Because, you know, the band kind of went away for a couple years.
I stopped talking about Kottonmouth Kings. I stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Brad X went ghost. You didn't hear from him. He ripped everybody off, fucking hit out. You didn't hear from Johnny Richter. He was. I don't know what he was doing at the time. We didn't talk for 5 years, me and Johnny Richter. From when I met Johnny Richter, yeah, and that's what happened. And then the band was done in 2016, and I started growing weed full time and paying my bills. Not even like, you know what? Music ain't paying me out right now. I'm not making no money for music. I got to make my ends meet. I got a family to feed. I got Mountie. My daughter Paisley. I was like, shit, I own property. I own real estate. I've done really good with my money. I bought numerous houses. Bought 7 houses, dog. I bought 7 houses. I'm about to buy another one.
That's
in the next couple months. My 7th house I bought. Crazy, huh?
That's crazy.
I own property in Oregon. I've done really good with my real estate investments over the years from touring with my money. I didn't buy boats, bass boats. I didn't buy race cars. I didn't buy lowriders or trucks or. Nah, man, I invested my money in real estate. I've done really well in real estate, honestly. And you know, people always go there. They trip out how you make it so far. My dad goes, how you make it so far in your music? It's so hard to make it in this world, son. You done so well. And real estate has got me. My music's got me a lot of ways too, but I've always been smart on that aspect, invested my money correctly. You know what I'm saying? And I was the first guy in the band to even own a house. Put it like that.
Okay.
Brad X was 10 years older than me, didn't even own a house. 11. I was the only one in the band who owned a house. I was the youngest dude in the band who owned the house. First guy on the house. Just because I was smart with my money, and I've always been that way. I made it long ways on my decisions. You know what I'm saying? I made it a long ways, and I'm still doing building, to say the least. And I never settle, never. And so we was the band was done at the time. I started growing cannabis, making my ends meet, and then I said something hit me. I was like, my passions took over. I was like, how come I'm stopping something that I own? That I started, these Saints started this shit in my dad's backyard. Like, why am I letting this dude hold me down, Brad X, or this guy, or him, or whoever it's gonna be at the time? Like, why they? Like, I got these tattoos all over my body. I'm like, yo, like, this is the shit. This is my shit. Hold up, like me and Saint and like was the very, very, very first start of this shit. You know, so I was like, there's no reason why. I started getting my drive back to the music. I was like selling pounds of weed, doing good. You know what I mean? Started grows and shit. Had lights. You know, I was making cannabis was blowing up. You know, people started companies. Cannabis scene started cracking off, and I was like just jumped straight into it, slinging mad packs and putting myself in some jeopardy at the time, and but do what I need to do to feed my family and make my ends meet without just doing what I felt was right at the time, and so Saint where we at right now?
We're at Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come came around, and then Saint got out of jail.
Right.
Saint got out, and I was like, me and Richter were talking. We didn't talk for 5 years, so I wasn't even friends with Richter. We went separate ways in life. He was on a different path in life, and I was on another path in life.
Right.
You know what I mean? We are on two different paths. We don't. You know, we're homies. We'll always be homies. We spend a lot of time together at school and growing up and walked to school together, 5 houses down. But we were kids and spent a lot of time. But we have different lives. And me and Richter, we do different things. We're just different people when it comes to other things in life. You know, and so it's normal. It's just what it is. You know,
right.
No one's. I'm saying just a normal with everybody. And so I didn't talk to him for 5 years and didn't have no plans to really, I believe. And he was living back at his parents' house when I ran into him. In 2018, I was started to shoot a documentary on my story and me and what I was doing, and went back to my own neighborhood. And I'm like, damn, Saint's out of jail. So I reached out to Saint and we started talking again, and me and Saint was like talking again. It was like, damn, like we were just vibing, me and Saint on the phone. We hadn't talked for a long time, to say the least. And he was living at a house out in the high desert where he was with some other inmates, and they're on good behavior. And Saint was we were talking a lot on the phone, and we were just vibing. And I was like, damn, like. I'm recording some music, you know what I mean? I was like, we should record some music. I was already recording some music at the time. I think I was like just recording I recorded the song Alone, I think. That song Alone. I recorded that song Alone. and I was like, kind of just write some D-Loc music just to keep it relevant at some level in the industry. If I could Kottonmouth stuff, I'm just going to, right now, there's no Kottonmouth being made. There's no energy in Kottonmouth. I'm not putting my energy into it. No one's doing anything for it. You know what I mean? No one. It was confused. The crowd was confused. Everybody left. People died. We're getting ripped off. Shocked the nation. The nation was confused. Free the kings. All the members were confused. We stopped doing shows. I ran into Saint 2018. Hey, I'm doing some music. I'd love to. Let's do some songs, bro. Yeah, so we started rapping to each other on the phone, and yeah, like let's do some old school D-Loc and Saint shit. Like we like miss doing it. We miss doing it. We're like let's do some Royal Highness shit. We go back and forth, and like we started talking about that again. I was like, we were smiling and laughing in the morning. I can feel it in our voices. I can hear it. And Saint was he had a very good work ethic. He would always write. He was he write songs really good and fast and solid and good. And he was just like, I was like, got some ideas, and I go to write a song. And let's we wrote a song. I'm like, dude, let's just make a record together, bro. Like, let's make a record together, make a Kottonmouth record, the return of the OG Kings, me and you, and I started kind of doing the weed thing, and we could make this music and do this whole thing again, and we started doing that. We started making that record, King and Come, and we started getting. I did that record in my house. I was living in Riverside at the time. Had a nice place, you know what I mean, and I actually bought that house from one of the houses I sold. You know what I mean? Nice. One of my other houses I passed, and took some of my music money and my profits from my investments and bought a house. And so I had a nice place, and I was fixing it up, and I had a nice studio upstairs, and a big, you know, saying, and so we started writing that record, and we were like, damn, like, vibes were flying. We writing good records. I was saying to Saint, I'm like, I got an idea, and then I sent it a beat, and he would write it next morning. He'd call me like, all right, I got my parts. I'm like, damn, you already got it that fast. Like, he was like, check it out. He would rap on the phone to me. I'm like, oh, that shit is sick. And so we started just rapping on the phone to each other, and I was like, hey, how about you go in the studio up there and record your part? Because I can't make out. We lived at like an hour and a half apart. I'm like, you go up there, I'll pay for your studio time. You go up there to the homeless house, I'll pay by the hour to record you, and you do your part, you send it to me. And we're going to try to get this done like that, fast as we can. And that's what we started doing it. And then we did a couple songs together, but we did a lot of it like just throwing songs back and forth to each other.
Right.
So I went up there and funded him to record and paid some dude, and they recorded all that set up there, and we had the record done. And then through that record, I was shooting a documentary going, damn, I got to tell the story. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is getting intense. Like, I got to shoot like part one of a D-Loc documentary or something. And I thought the story needed to be kind of told about how me and Saint were getting back together. And to me, it was special. And I thought people needed to hear about it because they didn't see us do a record since Royal Highness together, like that interaction. So I thought it was a kind of a big deal. So I wanted to document it a little bit. And then I started, got a camera crew and started filming. Went down to Orange County to some of the places where we played our first show, shot some interviews there. Went to my old house, my house I grew up in, where we started Kottonmouth Kings in the backyard. And then I was doing an interview on the porch. And this is the neighborhood of suburban life. And check it out. This is my dad's house. And we used to sit right here and smoke weed and skateboard and ride. And Richter lived over there 5 houses down. I'm like, let's just go over there and see if his mom's home. We go see Richter's mom. So we go talk to his mom, Barbara. And we ask the camera, hey, Barbara, tell the camera can you tell the camera how I was as a kid, and we're doing an interview, and can you tell how D-Loc was as a kid, and kind of explain to the camera what you know about me? And I thought it was cool for the interview, like one of the old people in the neighborhood, and having Richter's mom was going to tell the camera how I didn't know Richter was even at the house, and Richter was actually there. That's why I ran into him. Richter was actually in the house. I'm like, is that Tim, Richter? He goes, yeah, he's here. I'm like, whoa. So I didn't see Richter for 5 years, and that's why I kind of ran into Richter again. So 2018 hit, and then it was the new phase of the band again. Dirtbog left, and it was like just the D-Loc and Saint Dog phase. I'm like, damn, so numerous phases here on the way, and here we are all the way 2018. Now it's D-Loc and Saint again, and there's no one else in the band, and it's still Kottonmouth. I'm like, it's always been Kottonmouth to everybody along the way. It's never not been Kottonmouth. Right. Like, it's always been Kottonmouth, no matter who's in the fucking band. Richter, Dad, Dirtball, Corporate Avengers, right? Dog Boy, Saint's back, he's in, he's out. There's been so many phases of the band. Wait, Songs Without Me, videos without me, videos without him. It's so Kottonmouth Kings to everybody. You know, as long as the music stands up to what it is, it's Kottonmouth Kings. So, you know what I'm saying? I think the music is sounds like Kottonmouth Kings music than it's Kottonmouth Kings music.
So shortly after though, like you know, you got you and Saint, right? And you put out an album, and it's got featured Johnny Richter on like at least 3 or 4 songs. You know, it's like half. Yeah, and it was awesome. But then, you know, Saint went and got locked up again, and it kind of like created another like little era there, because you started going on tour. Basically, you know, kind of King Spade. It was you and Richter.
Yes, and people are going, hey, why you call it Kottonmouth Kings? Like again and again, like they were saying this the whole way. Then they go, you can't call it Kottonmouth Kings because it's just you and Richter. Like, it has to be, it ain't Kottonmouth, it's King Spade. I was like, in my head, I'm like, well, not really, not at all. It ain't, it ain't.
King Spade's an extension of Kottonmouth, so.
Kottonmouth Kings. How is it not Kottonmouth Kings? Let me explain you why. Because these guys is not behind me, or what? Who's not behind me? Who? What group of fucking is it? I mean, fucking 6 or 7 phases of the band, different faces, ins and outs, and people and that. So you can never. The point I want to make to everybody, you can never win. Everybody has their own vision of Kottonmouth Kings. It's always something to somebody. You know, it's not you and Richter. How could it be Kottonmouth Kings? Well, how could you label it just Kottonmouth Kings if Richter's only on 4 songs on the record? Why is it featuring Richter and you and Sane? And
I kind of see it similar to like Jared in Head PE.
So it's
like, you know, Jared, as long as he's there, it's Head PE. Yeah, at this point, you've been like a consistent member. Like, you're the consistent member. So, you know, it's as long as you're there, it's Kottonmouth Kings. Yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah, say it again for the people, because I'm the only original member who's been in the band since day one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what, as long as it's you with, you know, supporting cast, like however you want to say it, like you're there, and then you got whoever's with you, your crew. That's Kottonmouth Kings. So what I'm getting at is, who is Kottonmouth Kings right now? What is our era for 25 to Life?
Well, the way it goes now is there's no one else around left who we could either stop Kottonmouth Kings,
right,
and say, dead. Fuck it. It's dead. Or I could write Kottonmouth Kings records, being a owner of the entity on some level, being an original member since day one. When I step outside of myself and I go, damn, there's so many phases of Kottonmouth Kings, different people, different this, and it's never really been the same for 5 years or 6. It's never been the same. It's always been a change.
Right.
It's never been consistent. So we worked Kottonmouth Kings 2 years ago. We were touring. It was just D-Loc and Richter. It was just King Spade, I guess. The people, I said, half the people were King Spade, half the people were Kottonmouth. So you can't win. It's like how are you gonna win? Like we either stop Kottonmouth Kings now, say fuck it, Kottonmouth Kings dead, or I could just go, you know what? I'm gonna make Kottonmouth Kings music, and I'm gonna keep the legacy alive the best I can with the people who want to be involved in it, with the Kottonmouth Kings and writing songs and giving their work and said, hey, this could be a Kottonmouth Kings song. Check this song I wrote out. Do you like it? We can make it a Kottonmouth Kings song with other people who are like, you know, who you know, Richter, for instance, who, you know, people who want to write music and be a part of it, or can be a part of it. It's not the writing this record's been going on for a year. I've been writing this record for about a year. We've been writing it. I've been writing it with and you know, and sending songs to people, and so I've never really No one's doing anything for Kottonmouth Kings but me. What I'm trying to say. No one's like doing anything but me. So it's I can either stop Kottonmouth Kings, say fuck it, we want to stop Kottonmouth Kings, or I can say, you know why? I own it. I started it. I've been the original member. Nothing ever is the same. The band has never stayed the same for 4 years. There's always been new faces in the band. You never make everybody happy. It's been you and Rick Reisman. So, or I could just say, you know what? I'm gonna fucking be proud of this shit we started. I'm gonna represent this shit the best I can represent it with what I'm working with, doing it myself, making records by myself without nobody else who wants to be involved making records. Making the Kottonmouth Kings sound, not making D-Loc records, making Kottonmouth Kings records is a huge difference. Huge fucking difference between D-Loc solo record and Kottonmouth Kings record. And that's the approach. It's easy to come and fix your approach. That's easy. That's easy. So going into it like making a Kottonmouth Kings record, or I could just say fuck it. It just throw in a challenge, say fuck. Thanks for all the support, everybody. It's been a fun ride. It sucks that it had to end this way. You could never predict the future. You could never, you never knew it was going to happen like this. Like I always thought Saint was going to be in the band forever, and all these people, or you could think fucking wisely and go, wow, well, it ain't. Yeah, it's always been different. So why don't you just keep it going, Dustin, and for the whole nation, whether there's a percentage of them that like it or not, or I can't stop your opinion. You guys, we were talking about just me and Rick. I can never make everybody happy. There's always everybody's opinions. It doesn't mean I have to take them for what they are. I mean, yeah, I'm all ears and I can take it for what it is, but doesn't mean I have to abide by. That's your opinion, and I think that's the remedy of it. And the recipe's been. I made this whole record basically with the producer, one guy who produced the Legends Never Die song that I did for Saint, and made this record, funded this record, how I could fund this record, did it accordingly, did it all on my own, raising a family, working my ass off, trying to keep this legacy alive the best I can, through building the brand, and everything else, or I could keep that going and keep my passion going, keep that light on, or I could just say fuck it. I'll just go live off my real estate and say fuck and just be happy and say throw in the towel and go, you know what? I don't need music to survive, because I don't need music to survive. I promise you. I promise everybody in that who's, I don't need this to pay my bills. It's pace. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's not my go-to anymore. I have different lights at the end of the tunnel that I've invested in wisely over the years that no one else knows about that I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like music is secondary to me. I don't need to do it because I have to. I do it because I want to. Straight up. And if no one else wants to be a part of Kottonmouth and do Kottonmouth, then I can't expect him to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I can't expect you to do anything. You don't want to do it. So if other people don't want to get involved and be a part of it, then I could either just do it myself and take it and take the bull by the horns and make the best records I can make with the people I can, the formula I have to make them, and keep the whole dream alive for everybody on every level, and be proud that what we created was something so special that we all worked so hard for, on every level, and not just let it end sourly to everybody. And if it's not what everybody expects it to be, like, I'm sorry, I can't put these other voices on the record. It's just, they're not there. Like, it doesn't always happen like this. There's other things involved that people don't know about. There's a million things that people don't know about.
Right.
That you know what I'm saying? That are just that we're all grown men, and we can't make everybody happy all the time. So this whole record is just me on it. Me. That's it. And it's a Kottonmouth record. It's ripping. It blistering as a motherfucker. And there's hardcore punk rock, rip hop songs. There's hardcore gangster rap songs, up tempo songs, and there's hardcore melodic songs on every level.
Nice.
And it's been a crazy experience making the record without without anybody else for like the first time, and it's been a lot of work. It's been fun. I've been sinking a lot of my time into all that stuff, and it's been crazy. So it's yeah. So the whole record is you're gonna hear this next phase of Kottonmouth Kings, and I couldn't really tell you where the future's gonna go with Kottonmouth Kings. I can tell you that this is a fucking dope ass record, and I can tell you that I couldn't predict what's gonna happen 5 years from now. I can predict what's gonna happen 2 years from now. I could prepare for the future. You know what I'm saying? I could prepare for it. I could do what I think's best for being in the moment and prepare for the future for life on every level. So hold on a second. Mm-hmm. So anyways, so I mean that's all you can do is prepare yourself for the future. Do what's best in the moment, in the current moment situation. Deal with the thing. Play with the cards you're dealt with, and try to make people happy as you can. When you got millions of people judging you, looking at you, right, pointing at you, you got a whole nation of kings and queens. You have judging you for what you do. So yeah, this whole record, if people want to know, it's just me on it, and I think it's the next phase of Kottonmouth Kings, and there could be next time we do shows, there could be a full band. You know what I mean? Like and just rock out with a full band and be a new phase, or we could just call it quits and throw the towel in, or I could just keep making music. You know what I'm saying? Or so. But I think what I'm doing is best for the brand. It's best for the people that are still involved in the brand. It's best for the people that still own the brand, other companies that own the brand, that own the old catalog. And anytime you feeds a fire with new stuff, it always builds the old stuff. So I think keeping the brand going and writing the best records we can is the best thing for everybody who's still involved or want to be involved at this time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's just gonna be it.
Whenever Saint, let's go back to Saint for a second. Saint was actually released this past year during quarantine. Were there any talks to like maybe try to make something happen with him again before he had passed, or?
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking. We were emailing each other. We were talking on the phone. We had conversations. Hey, I'm out of jail again. We recorded that record and Saint went back in jail. He went back to jail. I think probation violation.
Yeah, I remember here. Actually, I posted about it. It was probation violation on weed, of all things. Like, come on.
Actually, we shot King. Smoked King's blend. We were shooting videos of weed all around. And they were watching them and fuck. We were shooting videos. We did a song. We were doing songs on King of Con record. We're sitting there fucking smoking weed the whole time. He's surrounded by it. So he was like they were probably watching him doing that stuff. They were watching him. So like he went back in and then he got out and I was like, here we go, round 2 again. I've been making a record and damn, I'd love for you to be on it. I had sent Johnny Richter some songs at the time and he never got on them and stuff like that. So I was like, I was sending Richter songs and then he wasn't really responding to me about getting on the song or whatever. So I was just like, I was done kind of sending him music. I wasn't gonna like beg for it anymore. I felt like
right. So are there any features on this new album?
No features.
Ooh.
Just me. There's Tavares, the homie from Canada. He sings some harmonies in some of the hooks. He's doing harmonies, and the homie Damn Dad does a couple. Me and him did some stuff together where he blended his voice in and did some screaming and some rip hop shit, and he spit some couple bars I thought were dope, and I'm like, damn, just leave it, homie. Like we were making a record together. We're like, hey, he's like, I'll check this out. I'm sitting here, he's like, producer's like, I was like, say that again, dog. Like, I was like, oh, let's just put that right there, and I'm gonna come off it. And, I mean, this record is 99.9999% me. You hear a couple voices doing some harmonies and stuff like that, but everything else is just is me making straight up Kottonmouth Kings music to the fullest. That's what it is.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I mean, do you have anything you want to close out with?
I mean, shout out to you for doing the interview. Thank you for this. I know this reaches a lot of people. I've been wanting to do this interview for a while. I thought it was cool to do it through the stream. So good job. You've been doing so much for the underground for so long, dude.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, dude. Man. Like, thank you for doing all that you do for us artists. You know what I'm saying? and so, but you know what? I just want to say, you know, like, I really hope everybody looks outside the box. I really hope everybody understands what I said in this interview, and I hope everybody sees the different phases of the Kottonmouth Kings, and with numerous phases and numerous people, and hope everybody sees all that. They can realize what's going on. It might help them understand or answer some of the questions on what's going on with the future of Kottonmouth Kings. You know, like it might help them explain, answer questions of why isn't anybody else on the record? Why isn't there anybody else going on? And maybe it's just this phase. You know, so I think you know, I want to tell everybody just to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the CD when it comes out. It represents Kottonmouth Kings to the fullest. And just because there is his voice, or whoever's voice has been on the records in the past, doesn't mean it shouldn't be a Kottonmouth Kings song, or we should just throw in the towel. So I think it's a great representation of Kottonmouth Kings. I think it's I hope everybody, shout out to all the hardcore kings and queens I've been representing since day one, that that understands about the music and ain't about people, or yeah, it could be about people, but people are gone here one day and gone tomorrow, and you never expect anything from anybody. You get no handouts in life. You get what you give. Knowing nothing's for free. It takes work. It takes time. It takes energy, and on every level, and you just gotta prepare for the future, everybody, and be in the moment, and just listen to the record and understand where we're coming from, and if other people aren't on it, and I'm sorry their voices aren't on it, and this is just a new chapter of Kottonmouth Kings. I couldn't tell you where it's gonna be in 5 years, but I think this is a milestone to get to, and we can throw in the towel on the 24th year and fucking call it quits, or make a record represent Kottonmouth Kings the best we can, and yeah, and just be real with themselves and enjoy your life, and spend your time wisely. And if you got a job, do your job, and be proud of your job. Own what you say, and mean what you say, and be a good role model to your kids, and be a leader if you're a leader. Support if you say something to your wife or your kids or your family, support that cause. You know what I'm saying? And just you know, and just enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? Life is short, and all you got guaranteed left is time. That's one thing. That's the only thing you got guaranteed is time. You ain't got guaranteed tomorrow, but you guarantee there's gonna be a lot of time left in your world if you do make it tomorrow. So just use your time wisely, spend it wisely. People can get lost in our down the wrong path in life. People can get confused, and so do what you can to keep your mind right, stay healthy, so you can make good decisions in life. So you can be in clarity with yourself, and you never so you can sleep good, and so you can do all those things in life, and you know, and do those things. And I think just doing a lot of that stuff is what I'm doing. I hope everybody does the same. And straight up, thanks for all the support for the years through Kottonmouth Kings. And it's been a blast. You've made numerous people that been involved in the Kottonmouth Kings infrastructure. Everybody's, as you may assume, so many people happy, and people fed you. Everybody supported us, so we took that support, and everybody's fed people and fed their families and used it to live, and everybody's got a long ways of life on it, and we're still. So we thank everybody for all the time and energy that they give Kottonmouth Kings, and the future's here. It's 2021. It's our 25th anniversary, and so. And I think all the true kings and queens, all the hardcore, all the true kings and queens that will be there for Kottonmouth Kings at the end. You might get a small percentage that leave. You might get a percentage that's not happy. You might get, who knows? You might lose all of them.
Right.
Because it's not making them happy, or it's not their way. But it's never, Kottonmouth Kings has never been consistent. It's never been the same. There's always been change. It's because of Kottonmouth Kings has been all positive messages, though. If people follow me, know I'm a positive person. They know I'm a family man. People. I'm not a party animal. I'm pretty solid dude. If people follow me and people know me, I've helped a lot of people out. I've loaned a lot of people money. I've let a lot of people live in my houses. I've paid a lot of people's rent. I've helped out numerous people in my life, and you know what? It sometimes and that's just who I am. And so I'm a little wiser this time, and PTB Records was created to put out my music for the rest of my life, and however long I want to put out music, or however long people want to be with me putting out music. I created this so I could be a smart business person and be something. Where I could have transparency. I can make records when I want, how I want. I can upload them when I want. I can have full control of my destination when it comes to my music. Right. And some people might want me, and I want him, and I want to be in control of him. But I like him, and I think he has a lot to offer. But yeah, maybe I do. Maybe people can make me a lot more. Maybe people can help me out along the line, or maybe people can do this and do that for me on some level. But you know what? Like, I'm cool. Like, I just come out. It's like I'm okay with what's going on right now, and it's and it's perfectly fine for me, and it's moving at a good speed. You know what I'm saying? I've made since 2018. I made 3 records or something like that. Yeah.
You did.
Riverside. I did that compilation. That's 4 records I've made since 2018. And, I got 2 kids. I'm not complaining on any level, but it's fun. So everybody just sit back tight, get ready for some fucking punk rock, get ready for some rip hop, get ready for some melodic songs, get ready for some slamming beats, get ready for some gangster rap shit, get ready for some hooting hollering. You know what I'm saying? Get ready for some attitude, get ready for some charisma. Get ready for some good times, some positive vibes, some great messages, and Happy New Year to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's a new time, it's a new day, and it's a new generation of kings and queens all around the world, and it's good to be keeping the legacy alive on my end, 100%, and there's still a lot of stuff that's being dealt with between me and Brad X and other people and stuff like that, and rights to this and rights to that, and who owns this. There's still a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that people don't really know about.
Have you spoken to Brad? I know Zinger spoke to Brad. Have you spoken to him, though?
A FaceTime conversation with him. I didn't speak to him. Talked to his brother, Corporate Avenger. We had a powwow. Me, Richter, and Zinger, Corporate Avenger, and Daddy X. We was on a FaceTime call on some party line, and we had some stuff to go over, stuff like that. But I didn't really know. I didn't talk to him directly, nothing like that. But right. We, stuff like that. So yeah, so there it is. It's fucking, it's full throttle, and I'm holding nothing back. I ain't holding nothing back. I ain't waiting for anybody. I ain't holding nothing back. And time's limited, and I'm not here to and I'm here to work. If you want, if you evolved in Kottonmouth Kings, you want to make records, well, make records, work. Let's work. Make some songs, work. We ain't here to play skateboards or ride bikes anymore. Well, my time's limited, and
Right.
any off time, I'm working 100% and trying to make the most out of it. I ain't got no downtime.
At this point, if you're riding a bike, it's because you're teaching your daughter how to ride a bike, or
That's it.
Exactly.
And if other people who are involved, and I'm not here to hang out too much because my time's limited. And if you want to work and create, and then work and create and present and build and say, hey, what's up? Check this out. And if I'm not here to hold anybody's hands anymore, I'm here to work, and this is my job, and I take my shit serious, and fucking and that's it. And I ain't got time to sit around and do extracurricular activities with too many older men, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm friends with you, it's because I'm friends with you, and we have a lot in common. And if not, I got my time. I want to raise my daughters. I want to be there for them. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the road for a lot, and it's good to be it's good to be present in their life and doing something I love, my music and my passion. Shit. You know, PTB. That's what we started, our basketball shit, and it's just P-Town Ballers. You know what I'm saying? That's how we started the record label. It's through P-Town Ballers, and it starts with the basketball, and that's how that started. And you guys know what that's about. And so yeah, we're going full throttle. We're not holding back on any level. And this is where we're at. We're on 25th year anniversary for Kottonmouth Kings. This is right where we're at.
All right.
And I'm not here to hold anything back. I'm here to tell the truth.
25 to Life, dropping this April 20th, 2021. Yeah. This has been a good one. D-Loc, thank you so much for doing this. We'll do this again whenever, just let me know.
Yeah, thank you so much, dude, for just donating your time, your energy to the underground music scene. I know you've been doing it for quite some time. You've been a huge supporter of Kottonmouth Kings through the past and stuff like that. So I can't thank you enough. The respect is mutual for me to you and for me to everybody else, all the Kottonmouth Kings fans that believe in the story and the Kottonmouth Kings and everything that it's evolved to and everything that it was. So, yeah, man, thank everybody. Thank you guys for all the support. And I eat, breathe, and sleep Kottonmouth Kings, and it's something I got a lot of passion in. And it's just weird. Like, ever since Saint left, it feels like I have like a something to protect. You know what I mean? It's like it's weird because we so maybe that's some of like the root passion that comes out of because his passing really like made me think about we started like I remember me saying we were going up there and we were like rapping and like for the first time they were like, hey, let's start a band, and like it's so like so I think of him a lot, like when I think about Kottonmouth Kings, and like I just can't let it die. It seems like for what?
Yeah.
Brad, no one else started it. None of the other members started it. They might have been in it. Any face you've seen in Kottonmouth Kings infrastructure, they didn't start it. Me and Saint started it. So to me, there's a deep passion root there in kind of like a pride thing, that so yeah, it's there it is. It's fucking P-Town Ballers, Kottonmouth Clique. That's who I am. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P. Saint Dog, R.I.P. Pakalika, Rob Harris. I just got the news today. We lost one of our leads in the Kottonmouth Army. So R.I.P. to Adam Heath. He was hardcore supporter, I know. So, this I dedicate this interview to him. This is my first official interview for Fago Lovers, so I'm gonna dedicate it to him, man. That was my that was kind of like my co-lead. So,
wow, that's cool. Rest in peace. He was down with Kottonmouth for sure. He was just a big army leader of his region. So crazy how that's what I'm saying. You never know. Like, you get in your car, she could be gone tomorrow. Like so just take take every moment. Every moment's precious. You know what I'm saying? Every second's a gift. So make sure you got a healthy mind, spirit, and so you could be appreciative of everything you're doing at the time. So you could be in the moment with everybody. So you're not forgetting anything, you know.
That's right. Well, once again, thanks, Loc. We out of here. Whoop whoop.
Kottonmouth Kings, PTB, 25 to life, 420. Much love to all the hardcore kings and queens. Much love to all the juggalos nationwide. And it's a wrap. We out. Rest in peace, homie.